Lecho Tovshin Samardalad Ulilevi Omer. On the night of Shabbos Kodesh, the Rebbe says he spoke many times on what you find in the Panmi office. That mitzvahs that a person has benefit from it's harder to do them properly. More so than other mitzvahs that you don't have benefit from it. And the last week, we tied this together to Noach. But the Panmi office explains in Parsha Lecho, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded Avram Avinu Lecho, he promised him also blessings. I'll bless you, I'll make your name greater, you will be a blessing. And through this, it becomes that made it more difficult. Why? Because he's benefiting from it. When Avram Avinu withstood that temptation, that test, he didn't do it for the purposes that he should gain, that which HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised him, but rather, as it says, Vayedach Avram, for one reason, Kashadiba Elav Hashem, as God spoke to him, meaning that Avram Avinu went only because of the command of Hashem, and not because of his good name and his children. By Shlita, the Rebbe Zt said, and he explained, I will bless those who bless you, those who curse you are cursed. So the commentaries ask a question. By the bracha it says, those who bless you, I will bless those who bless you, and then HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give blessing to them. However, when it comes to the curses, it says those who curse you will be cursed. As opposed to saying, I will curse those who curse you. And we find an explanation in the name of the Gaon of Vilna, that if a wealthy person gives a bracha that another person should be well off, he gives the bracha according to his comprehension of what it means to be well off. And he doesn't like anything. Therefore, he gives a blessing which includes as much as he can comprehend. But when a poor man gives a bracha, he gives a bracha only according to his intellect, according to his understanding, which is not very great. Therefore, he gives a small bracha. Therefore, it says, I will bless those who bless you, that first they should have the ability to comprehend how to bless you, in order that the blessing should be greater. However, when it comes to cursing, it says, those who curse you shall be cursed. It's the opposite. That if a person is poor and full of troubles, and he gives a curse, then he includes in it all of those specifics. And the more he is troubled, the greater is his curse. And the cursing is more inclusive. But a person curses according to his intellect as well. And one who's gone through difficult times, will have that in mind for others, Chas v'shalom, when he curses them. Therefore, by close, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, the person who curses you, after he curses you, then he will find his situation worse. One can explain maybe that's why all the nations throughout the Jews ultimately fell later, because had they fallen first, then their curse would have been greater. HaKadosh Baruch Hu curses the person only afterwards, that even so to mitigate what he's capable of thinking of doing evil to Klal Yisrael, that he should not be able to be inclusive in it that much. From this parsha we see the concept of blessing. I will bless those who bless you. Blessing brings blessing. The strength of blessing is blessing. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives them the ability to give a bracha to others. So too in Beres Kahanim, we see HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave the bracha specifically through the Kahanim. Actually, HaKadosh Baruch didn't need the Kahanim to give the blessing, but it's to teach us that not only is the Kahanim's blessing valid, but every person can give a blessing. Like Chazal tell us, Al tiyeh beros hedid kalo beinecho. Do not assume that the blessing of a non-outstanding person has no value. It has its value. The Rebbe Zt said his father's atzakul, and he was not, usually, he didn't take interest in dreams. But when he had a dream that bothered him, he would say to his gabbai to send a coin to the Omar. Chutzlaros they don't duchen, but they still say so therefore it's as if the coin is saying Birchas Kahanim. And in this way the coin will say Birchas Kahanim, and at that point the Rebbe Zatzal, Mosdos Rebbe Zatzal's shiur and Lecho would have his dream be bettered. We see this, the greatness of bracha, that it can change, just like we see by dreams that it has the ability, Birchas Kahanim, to change that which might be interpreted as not good to be good. And we say in Birchas Kahanim and Yontiv, the Rebbeinu Shalom, that you should exchange all of that which is not good, should become a bracha, as you did by the time of Bilam. So too should you change our dreams to goodness. The Rebbe Zt continued, I once heard a reason why a person who hears a klolo is very upset, but when someone else gives him a bracha, he forgets about it right away. And he says, he gave me a bracha, so what? For example, when you tell somebody thank you, that's a bracha. Now, usually you say Ashkoyach, you say without intent. But if somebody says something bad, then you take it very personally. And it bothers you. Because you're afraid maybe it'll have effect. Why? Because when one gives a bracha, he does it because it's courtesy. But he doesn't mean to include in it great concepts. The bracha is not from the root of the person. When one gives a klolo, he gives it with all of his heart, because he wants to curse. Therefore, the person who is cursed or said bad things about feels it, and he's fearful from that curse more so than he accepts the blessings that he's given, because the curse Chas v'Shalom comes from the inner part of the person giving it. The Rebbe concluded, the main thing is to comprehend that when you bless your friend, there's a koyach in it, and you should have intent that it should happen. If it's done with a complete heart and with full desire, then we can accomplish the brachas for all of Klal Yisrael. By blessing each other, we should merit. Therefore, let's conclude with a blessing that we should merit. Coming of Mashiach to Kenu, Amen.